This is Joe's Corner 76. I will be discussing the human condition. In order to change it, we have to be involved. Stress. Are you able to cope? If not, what can you do to cope? Modern life is stressful, even at the best of times. But with the journeys we went through with COVID, it seems worse. Many of us lost loved ones. We couldn't see them. Our children suffered due to school closures. We're experiencing shortages in some areas, and inflation's eating away at our purchasing power. You may feel helpless and overwhelmed. You don't have to be. First step is to step back and say to yourself, there is a way out. I'm in control of me, and I'm going to react to challenges rather than let them control me. Look at what causes stress for you and causes you mental, emotional strain. You are not alone. In fact, one study shows 33% of adults experienced high levels of stress or perceived stress. Stress is normal, and to some extent, it's something everyone experiences. What causes stress can differ from person to person. For example, one person could easily become angry and overwhelmed by a serious traffic jam, while another might get mildly annoyed by someone turning up their music. A fight with a friend might follow a person around for the rest of the day, while another person might easily shrug it off. You might be really aware of what's causing your stress, but given the importance of keeping stress in check when it comes to the effects it can have on your mental and physical health, you have to open your mind to the possibilities of the factors that may be involved. Craft a stress reduction plan with these in mind. We need to evaluate and understand the main causes of stress in order to alleviate them. According to surveys, most people are stressed about money at some point in time. You need to know the signs of financial strain. Arguing with a loved one about money? Is one person a big spender and another a compulsive saver? A plan has to be put in place to develop a financial approach that both can live with. Being afraid to open mail or answer the phone? Are you hopelessly in debt and can't see a way out? Seek financial advice from a nonprofit credit agency. They can help you develop a plan to return to financial solvency. Feeling guilty about spending money on non-essentials? A budget should be set up to make sure all of the essential costs are covered first. Each person should have a personal amount to spend on non-essential items without guilt. Worrying and feeling anxious about money? If you have a budget, a savings plan, an investment plan, you can relax. You know where you're going from month to month. You have taken control of your financial future as best as anyone can. If not controlled, long-term stress related to financial results in distress, which cause blood pressure, headaches, upset stomachs, chest pains, insomnia, and a general feeling of sickness. Financial stress has been linked to health problems like depression, anxiety, skin problems, arthritis, and diabetes. People spend more time at work compared to 20 years ago, and a lot of people have a second job. Some surveys suggest that 40% of people report their jobs are stressful, and 26% often feel they are burned out by work. Any number of things contribute to stress, such as too much work, job insecurity, dissatisfaction with a job or career, and conflicts with a boss or coworker, worried about a specific project, feeling unfairly treated. Putting your job ahead of everything else can affect many areas of your life, including personal relationships and mental and physical health. Factors outside the job can also have a role, including a person's psychological makeup, general health, and the amount of emotional support they receive outside work. Signs of work stress related can be physical and psychological, including anxiety, depression, difficulty concentrating or making decisions, fatigue, headache, heart palpitations, mood swings, muscle tensions, and pain and stomach problems. Some people may be overwhelmed at work and struggle to cope. This can affect their behavior and job performance and cause diminished creativity and initiative, disinterest, drop in work performance, an increase in sick days, isolation, lower levels of patience, and increased levels of frustration. Problems with the personal relationships. It might be a good idea to talk to management about your problems to work out a solution. Personal relationships. We all have people in our lives that cause us stress. A family member, an intimate partner, friend, or coworker. Unfortunately, toxic people are in all areas of our lives. The stress we can experience from these relationships can affect our physical and mental health. There are many causes of stress in romantic relationships, and when couples are under constant pressure, the relationship could be at risk and fail. Common relationship stresses include being too busy to spend time with each other and share responsibilities. Intimacy and sex are rare due to being too busy. There are abuse or control issues in the relationship. You and your partner are not communicating and perhaps consuming too much alcohol or drugs. You and your partner are thinking about divorce. The signs of stress related to personal relationships are similar to normal symptoms of general stress and may include physical health, sleep problems, depression, and anxiety. You may find yourself avoiding or having conflict with a person or can easily become irritated by their presence. Personal relationship stress could also be related to our relationship with people on social media like Facebook. Social media tends to naturally encourage in comparing yourself to others, which can lead to the stress of feeling inadequate. Social media is also a bully pulpit used to attack people and cause stress. There are many resources that can help you cope with these. Parenting. Parents are often faced with managing busy schedules that include jobs, household duties, and raising children. High levels of parenting stress can cause a parent to be harsh, authoritative, and negative in their relationships with their children. Parenting stress could decrease the quality of parent-child relationships. For example, you may not have open communication, so your child doesn't come to you for advice and your child may argue off. Sources of parenting stress may include being lower income, working long hours, being a single parent, marital or relationship problems, or raising a child who has been diagnosed with behavioral disorder or development disability. Parents of children with behavioral disorders and development delays have the highest risk for parenting distress. Numerous studies show parents of children with autism are reporting higher levels of parental stress than people that have children that aren't autistic. Daily life and being busy. Things that stress from day to day are the daily inconveniences we face. Things like misplacing our keys, running late, and forgetting to bring an important item when you leave the house. You might think that these are minor issues, but if they become frequent, they become a source of anxiety affecting our physical or psychological health. The stress of being too busy is becoming more and more common. These days, people are busier than ever, and this adds a lot of stress to our lives. In some cases, being busy due to necessities such as having to work in a second job. Other stress is due to guilt and not wanting to disappoint someone. People may say no. They end up having little time for themselves, or they might overlook their basic needs like eating right and exercising due to lack of time. Remember, learn to say no. It will have a powerful effect on your life. Personality and resources. Your personality and resources that you have available to you tie into all of the problems with stress, and these can be independent of stress. Extroverts, for example, tend to experience less stress in life, and they have greater social resources which buffer them against stress. Perfectionists, on the other hand, may bring stress on themselves because of their exacting standards, and they experience more negative mental and physical health problems than those who merely focus on higher achievement. Those who are type A can stress everyone around them, including themselves. Those with enough money to hire help can delegate stressful tasks to this resource and can provide an edge over those who have similar problems to make ends meet and work harder to save cash. I hope you can see what stress is and what it can do, and hopefully you will recognize the stresses in your life and get help to overcome them. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Stitcher, and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76.